and welcome back to the CSIR International Convention Center. And I cannot tell you how exciting this is. It literally is like being a child, just walking through and looking at all of these wonderful, exciting innovations that we're coming across here on the floor. And starting here, you know, this is the Embassy of Finland, and there's so much going on here. There was this robot that was following someone around, Temi. There's Temi. And I don't know what exactly Temi does. We'll get to that in just a moment. But she's been following people around here. But let me come to this particular stand. Let me start at some point here. And the ambassador is also here admiring his beautiful stand. Ambassador, thanks so much for being here. And of course, we were not meant to speak to you, but you are here now. So lovely stand you have here. But talk to us about, you know, the cooperation. We spoke earlier with the DDG about soft diplomacy. What does this mean for Finland to be involved with this?
This means a lot to us. Science, research and innovation cooperation with South Africa is my first top priority here. I moved here from Korea. Now I'm moving to another country full of innovations. We want to work in sync. I'm all excited. There are many things here that I haven't seen before. This is really like we are living here with this sort of innovations, our future, not the present, but the future. It's going to be very exciting. And I'm getting new enforcement to the embassy that are working exactly with science, research and innovation.
Well, Ambassador, thank you so much. The Finnish ambassador. We're going to leave you, Ambassador, because we want to play with the things that are on display here. So let's have a quick look. And I'm joined now by Keegan Abdul. Keegan, talk to us. What's happening? What are all these things?
So, hi guys. So, this is our robotics stand. So, what we do at Forge Academy is we normally give children from a young age, we start training in robotics. So, for example, we have our Mati robot over here. So, this is more like you create R Mati, you create R coding. So, we use a coding program called Scratch. So, Scratch is pre-coded already, so anyone can join it. And for us to move, there she dance. So, this is more for kids. And over here we have something.
Hold up. So you say this is for grade R's?
Grade R to grade 3. Grade R to grade 3.
Okay, so is this a program that they can buy, that parents can buy?
It's a free software.
Free software?
So it's called Scratch. It's free. You can just go onto the internet, search Scratch coding, and then they'll get it.
Okay, and you can teach your child will learn to start coding from the age of 3.
And then once they advance in here, that's when we take them over, then we start building cars. With the cars, we use something called a Arduino board, and then they start using C# to code it as well. It also has sensors, so what we do is we give them the ability to build it themselves. That way they also get the on end of it, instead of them just going out and buying a normal toy. They actually get to put it together, they get to design it however they want to.
So what ages are we now at when we're building the car?
For the car, it's from grade 4 to grade 7.
All right, and still the software is free?
Yes, the software is free. C# is free.
So then we progress. Where to next?
Robotic arm. So yeah, I'll just quickly. There we go. So this is more for 8 to 11, where we teach them how to put the robotics together, how to build stuff. And then once they're done with this, then we'll advance them further. The software we use here, it's a free software as well. You get it with the arm. And then what we did was we actually built this whole setup ourselves, just to show people that we can actually build robotics. And one of the nice things is that people need to understand also is that robotics isn't here to take away jobs. It's just here to enhance your jobs, to make your jobs easier.
Oh, I love it. So Scratch, you say it's called Scratch?
Scratch, that's use C# and that's use IGUS.
Okay, free software, and hopefully you'll look back and you'll be able to download that and get your children started from coding and progressing onto the point where they get to the arm that you saw moving there. But now, moving across, this I've seen before.
Hi, my name is Jabulani. So this is a 3D printer. So basically what happens is it uses a filament, which is this plastic. It's called PLA, and then you need a software to actually model a 3D object. And then once you're done, you can actually send it to a software of the printer. So there's 2 different software that are actually used. There's one Blender, that's for modeling designs. And with this one, I'm using the Bamboo Studio. So the Bamboo Studio is actually the software for the printer that allows me to slice an object and decide on how big do I actually want it. So this is currently a finished traditional cup that we printed using the printer here. So it was also printed the same way as this one that's currently being printed here. And then right next here, we've got our virtual reality. So with VR, people are more into this thing of thinking that VR is only for gaming and stuff like that. But at Forge Academy, what we do, we create custom learning solutions. So recently there was a school that wanted to build a virtual chemistry lab. They couldn't actually figure and play around with the chemicals physically. So we came up with a solution. But right now I'm going to just take you through on a short tour of our office that we built. This is actually how you look if you focus on the screen. So this is the headset, and then we're currently using a laptop to cast into the headset and the screen. So I'll just put it on right now. And then we obviously need 2 controllers. So these are my controllers. Okay, sorry, these things, they actually give like a problem sometimes, they glitch. So I'm kind of like, okay, so let me see.
That's the thing about technology. Sometimes it does glitch.
And especially in an event like this where there's like plenty of connectivity, there's usually interference that actually causes all these things to happen.
I'll tell you what, Jabulane, we'll come back to you because I want to see what's happening here with this printer. But we'll leave you there for now, Jabulane Mashimbye, and absolutely fascinating stuff here. And we are going to move and take a look at some more of the exhibitions that are on show here at Science Forum 2024. As you can see, quite a lot taking place. Lab on Chip is what we're seeing here, nano micro manufacturing facility, and just showcasing some of what they have on show. And yeah, as I said, you feel like a kid in a candy store, literally, as you move around here. So I'm seeing something, I'm seeing words, I'm seeing a tablet. So it looks like a tablet, but of course the ladies are going to tell us exactly what this is. We're at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. That's the CSIR stand. And I have Dr. Lorette Marais. Good morning.
Good morning, yes. So this science forum that DSTI is hosting is all about science for humanity. And that is exactly what this is. This is an application that uses the text and speech technology that we've developed. And via an interface, an app, children can play with words and sentences in order to develop their literacy. So, yes, that's what we are doing.
So maybe, Ilana Wilkin, maybe you guys can show us exactly how this works.
Yes, of course. So this application is where we have learners who can listen to a sentence in isiZulu and they can then build the sentence that they have heard. So if you... So yena usebenzisa, and then you can listen again. Ipensela. Yes, and then this is our text-to-speech offering that we have. It is available in all 11 official languages. This application is only available, though, in Afrikaans, isiZulu, Sepedi, and English, of course. But we are hoping to expand that into more languages in the coming years.
All right. So, and how can people get in touch if they want to have access to this?
At the moment, we are in the research phase. So if people want their schools to be part of a pilot study, perhaps, they can certainly contact us. What they need to Google is Ngiaqonda, and I've been practicing that word quite a bit. It means I understand. So we are piloting this in schools. We've been piloting in Soweto. We've been piloting in Mamelodi. The other thing that people can get involved with is just support generally. So we are trying to roll this out to more languages, as Ilana said. And we are trying to establish exactly to what degree this application can help children in the classroom. We've already had some feedback from teachers that's very positive. And so we really hope that this technology can change lives in a very strategic part of our national, our society. Because children who cannot read cannot do their academic journey, and so it's really important that they get these opportunities.
Certainly is. Well, thanks so much, CSIR. That's the CSIR stand, and there's so much more to see here at the exhibition hall. As you can see, thing that caught my attention here, these big boots, and yeah, I have to pick them up. They're heavy. They're quite heavy. So let's find out what these boots are about. We are at South African Polar Research Infrastructure. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to SAPRI, the South African Polar Research Infrastructure, and we are broadcasting live from the Science Forum South Africa at the CSIR in Pretoria.
So what do we as lay folk need to know about the work that you do?
The most important thing that we're trying to do here is spread the word about South Africa's involvement in Antarctica and the science that happens within this region. And we as SAPRI are enabling the science and research through providing research infrastructure such as these boots, logistical support of the SA Agulhas 2, the only icebreaker in Africa. And we work together with the departments of forestry, fisheries and the environment to make science possible within these remote, harsh conditions of Antarctica.
And as I said, I know time is, of course, a problem. But I quickly just want to run to this last one because you're going to be interested in this because it's all about astronomy and astrology and all of that stuff, looking up at the stars and knowing what they do or what they don't do, how they can or may not assist us. And that brings me to this stand here, the Office of Astronomy for Development. And I'm joined here by Kevin Govender and some of his colleagues, Dr. Joyful Mdluli and Dr. Charles Mpho Takalana. So thanks so much for speaking to us very briefly. Tell us about the Office of Astronomy for Development.
So this is something we're very proud of in South Africa. We're hosting this office here, but it's a global office. We have projects all around the world, and we look at ways in which you can use astronomy and the night sky to impact on society. And two big projects we have. One looks at astronomy tourism for economic development, and another looking at astronomy for mental health that the guys can tell you about.
Okay, who's going to go first, mental health or tourism?
Tourism, yeah.
Okay, let me get in here. So let's talk about tourism.
Yeah, so the idea comes from that, astronomy in the skies are a resource that we all have, right? And I'm sure growing up, even astronomers, some will tell you that actually inspired or got dragged to astronomy by looking at the night sky. So being exposed to, to the night sky is not a resource that everyone has. In some countries, they got light pollution. They're not able to see the stars anymore. But you'll find some places in the world, still have their dark skies, and and because of that, you can use people that want to actually travel to actually come and see these dark skies as a way to sort of generate some sort of economic activities. So who can these things benefit? It can benefit someone that's looking to get into some sort of entrepreneurship. They're living in a dark community in a rural village. People can actually come there and then and enjoy the night skies. It can create jobs. People can now make food for these people and all these and accommodation, all these different things. So it's a really exciting thing. And then so there's a lot going
That's exciting. Who would have thought? You're living somewhere in a village and you're thinking it's very dark at night and you're not quite sure what to do. Well, tourism economy and an opportunity. You're going to tell me about?
The Astronomy for Mental Health project. So we also still taking advantage of the dark night skies. And what we basically aim to do with this project is we want to explore how astronomy can be used as a tool for mental well-being. So we work in partnership with psychologists and psychiatrists to explore how astronomy can actually be used as a tool, whether it's through stargazing or using all of the big pictures, big ideas in astronomy to sort of kind of get people to have a different perspective in life, have a different perspective as well as to also just find some space where they can be calm and be able to sort of reflect and reflect as well as just basically take time to connect with themselves and the universe.
So you see, astronomy also about all of these things that we've just spoken about. And those are just a few of the stalls that we managed to stop at. It really is super exciting here at Science Forum 2024.